What's up? So today I'm going to be comparing the Sony Pulse 3Ds with the also Sony WH-1000 XM4s. I'm just going to call them the XM4s because that is a ridiculously long title for them. So I'm going to start off by saying if you are on a budget, if you're looking to buy the $100 headphones and you just want a good deal, these are a fantastic deal. I mean, I don't know a ton about other headphones in the $100 range, but What Hi-Fi, which is a website that I love and I respect their opinion on audiophile type stuff, apparently these compete very well with other headphones in the $100 range as far as audio quality goes. They got a lot of great features that I will talk about later in the video, but you are getting a fantastic pair of headphones, gaming headphones, when you buy these. So know that. Now this video is for people who aren't on a budget, who just want to know which is better when it comes to the PS5, the Pulse 3Ds, or the XM4s. That is what I'm going to be answering in this video. Let's get it. So one thing that is worth starting off mentioning is the fact that these are $100 pair of headphones. These are a $300, $350 pair of headphones. In a lot of ways, these are going to trump these. That's just, that's what you want. If these were better in every way, there'd be no reason to spend the money on these. So, but that being said, there are a lot of features that the Pulse 3Ds have, gaming specific, that these do not. They've got a volume adjuster. This one has volume adjustment done in a motion rather than buttons, but I don't think that works on the PS5. You gotta use the settings and pull yourself out of the game. These have the buttons. It's got volume, it's got mute, it's got something where you can hear the outside world. I haven't really tested that. And it's got a fantastic addition, which is a toggle that lets you either up the game volume or the chat volume, which is super helpful when you've got a party and you don't want to pull yourself out of the game to do that kind of stuff. Another thing worth mentioning gaming-wise is that the headphones do not work. If you've got a PS4, you're going to need a cord that plugs in that has a mic. On a PS5, it works fine because the mic is in the controller, so it's really a non-issue. But if you're looking for PS4, these all the way. I mean, it's just, you can't really use these as a gaming headphone. Sound quality. So sound quality is, again, one of the things where these come out on top, hands down. I mean, these are fantastic. I think these are some of the best headphones that you can get wireless. I haven't tried a ton, but I love these. As far as music listening goes, these all the way. If you plan on using your headphones for music and not just gaming, these are a fantastic pair of music headphones. While these sound good if you're listening to music, but it's no contest. Comfort. As far as comfort goes, pretty good. These are pretty comfortable. Okay, they're comfortable on their own merit. But when you compare them to these, let me get them to my right settings. Oh yeah, it is night and day. These feel like clouds kissing my ears, while these just feel like a piece of plastic and stuff that I'm putting on my ear. If you weren't just directly switching these on and off like I was in preparation for this video, I don't think you would have much of a problem with the comfort of these. I mean, they're fine, and I would imagine compared to other $100 headphones, they do a fairly good job. But yeah, I mean, these just blow them out of the water. These are some of the most comfortable headphones I've ever had. One thing that I do like about the Pulse 3Ds, while these have a ratchet system mechanism in place to fold your head, work to your head shape, these have this thingy. They move up right here, so you just put it on your head. Always fits perfectly. The downside is that this creates a little extra space up here that these just aren't going to have on your head. But you know what? I can't fault. I love this system. I have other nicer pair of headphones that have a very similar system, and I like it on those. I like it on these. So okay, so far these seem to be winning. I've mostly been looking at them as music headphones, so it's not really a fair comparison. Moving on to gaming, well, let's start with the big question. Which is better at 3D audio? These or these? And I was surprised to find out after switching them on and off for close to an hour. I think these are a better showcase of the PS5 3D audio feature, which I am so happy about. I gotta be honest. Like, this is their product that they sell. This is the proof of concept for 3D audio. And these do a fantastic job. I mean, I would say that is the way that they beat these out, is that and these have good soundstage when it comes to the game too. I think if you already own these and you use these as your PS5 headphone, you're not going to find much of an issue. It was tough to decide, but these are actually, I felt like these sold me on the 3D audio. I feel like I could pinpoint where things were better than those. And you know what? As far as gaming headsets go, that seems to be the more important thing, is can you, you know, I was trying to close my eyes and see if I could pinpoint where things were around, and these did a, you know, good job. Like, I could tell where things were, but not to the level that I could on these. I mean, these, considering their one job is essentially to show off the 3D audio, they do that, and they do it in strides. So what I'm happy about is the fact that when I found out after buying these that the PS5, I don't have one yet, but my roommates do, that it has a microphone on the DualShock controller, I was like, okay, so I guess I don't need these. I was planning on returning them. After doing the A/B test back and forth for this video, I'm not going to, actually. I feel like these are what I'm going to use to really grasp how 3D audio works for games coming forward. When God of War Ragnarok comes out, I will probably be doing most of my gaming with these if I use a headphone at all. But I will definitely be using these to test out how that 3D audio works, how it affects the gameplay, and maybe I do end up using these mostly, because I can see that being a feature. Really, between the two, it depends on which features you prefer. I would say these edge out the Pulse 3Ds in comfort, in sound quality. If you plan on also using them as music headphones, it's no contest. But you want a wireless headphone, you want an inline mic. I love that these are some of the only headphones, gaming headphones, that don't have the microphones sticking out. They've got mics built in, I believe, to the ear cups that work. They work good. And inline controls and wireless. I might have already said wireless, but wireless is a huge pull for these. These have to be plugged in to the controller. I didn't find it to be that much of a burden. I didn't find it to be very bothersome. There's definitely something to be said for the convenience of being able to wirelessly game. And the connection, it takes 2 seconds. I mean, you plug in the thing, you turn these on, and it connects within a few seconds. You turn it off, and it switches the audio back to the speakers on the TV, since that was my default setting. They work great. These are clearly optimized for the PS5, while even though these are Sony headphones, they are not. The mics aren't supported. You gotta use them wired, and there might be an audio loss coming through the controller compared to plugging it right into the console. I don't know for sure. One thing that I will say is I thought the audio quality was maybe taking a hit on these, and maybe that was why these were getting the edge. But at one point I went to the home screen and the Miles Morales music was playing, and they sounded incredible on these. I mean, these are bassier. These just had more of a, for the music, it was like no contest. These did not do the music as well. So the audio quality was not the reason that these won. And the fact that they sounded so good on these made me think that I don't know how much of a hit the audio is taking. I think it's just that these have just, I don't know if it's a better sound stage. It feels like a better sound stage when you're playing the game, but it's just, these are clearly made for the 3D audio feature. While these work with the 3D audio feature. You know, I think that gets the point across fairly well. So overall, I'm super happy with these. I could definitely see myself continuing to use these as a gaming headphone, especially on the PS4. Comfort, again, you know, they're fine on their own. Compared to this, I mean, they're fine. They feel cheap in comparison to these, but they are like there's a these are almost 3 times the price, if not more. But as a gaming headphone on its own, if you just want these, I'd say go for it. Personally, I prefer the audio fidelity. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but the sounds of the game sounded better on this. This is clearly a higher fidelity headphone than these. Even though I liked how these implement the 3D audio, I preferred these. They sound better. Things like the web slinging on these don't sound as loud. That's another thing. I'm not someone who listens to music super loud, but I found that 100% volume on these was good for my ears, while I did not go up to 100 on these. So that is something worth noting. The highest volume on these could very easily be not high enough for you, and that's something to be aware of. So here's my recommendation overall. If you already own a pair of XM4s, is it worth it to buy the Pulse 3Ds? Yeah, I mean, I was switching back and forth between these for a while, thinking that there would be one clear winner, thinking it would actually be these because they're nicer. My initial impression was putting these on and using them, I was like, oh, these are better, I think. And I switched back and forth to try and compare them, and the difference was slight enough that I don't think you'll be gaining enough just getting these. I think there is a little extra immersion, but, you know, if you're just looking for a $100 pair of gaming headphones that are going to work good for your PS5, these are it. These work awesome. They've got a lot of gaming-specific features. They are clearly optimized for the PS5 in a way that these aren't, and I recommend them. So yeah, that was my comparison between the Pulse 3Ds and the XM4s. Good luck.